Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to yet another episode of what we call Christ-like Conversations. Kamalam Lunga Combs, your host, Baba Wami. Thank you so much for joining us. Super excited. Oh man, it's been a while. Hey, first things first, Happy New Year. Wishing you all the best for this new year. Wishing you all the desires of your heart. I pray and hope that everything that you pray for comes to pass in this year. Look, I'm not going to take much of your time. I'm not going to open any scripture today. I'm here to give you tips. It's the beginning of the year. Most of us are fasting. And I just want us to go into this fast with a clear mind, understanding what fast is, understanding what we need to do during our fast. Fast is different. I'm not going to dwell on what type of fast that you can do. I think we did that on the very first episode of Christ-like Conversations. Speaks about the type of fast, what you can fast, what you can sacrifice. Let's start on what is fast. First is the sacrifice of putting food aside for a certain period of time so that you can earnestly seek God. But while you're doing that, there are steps, there are things that you have to do in order to do the fast effectively. And I'm going to give you 6 steps today on how to do that effectively. First things first, if fast always comes to a shock to the body. So step number 1, you need to ease into fast. It's very vital that as much as we prepare our mind and we know in a certain time, certain date, we're going to be starting fast, we're going to be doing this, but it's very important that we also prepare our bodies. So a lot of times when we start fast on a Monday, usually it starts on a Monday, we tend to eat everything on Sunday. We tend to eat full chicken, pizza, everything, because you know that tomorrow you're not going to be doing all of those things. So it's very vital just to ease into your fast, knowing that your body is also shocked as to, yesterday I was eating everything. Today, why am I not eating until a certain time? Or why am I not snacking and all of that? So step number 1, ease into your fast. So 2 days before, prepare your body. Instead of having 3 meals a day, have 2 meals. Have a soft porridge, have some fruits. Just get into it in an easier way. Don't just jump into fast, because it can hinder your body, and it can be very hard for the first 2-3 days. But if you ease into it, it makes things a lot more better. Step number 2 that I want us to follow when we are going into a fast is very important that we cut the sugar. We eat a lot of sugar. People who work in corporate environments have a lot of coffee. Once again, maybe 3 days before, cut down on the coffee. If you are having maybe 3 cups of coffee by 10, have 1 cup of coffee, so that your body is also not shocked over where is the sugar, because your body is designed in such a way that it makes its own glucose, it makes its own energy. So you don't actually need the Red Bull, you don't actually need the caffeine, you don't actually need the snacks, the sweets to give you the energy. Your body is built in such a way that you have the energy. But because we're so consumed in eating this every day and doing this every day, our body becomes accustomed to it. So ease into that as well. Cut the sugar. And yeah, step number 3 that I want us to focus on, I think all pastors will dwell on this. I think it's very important for people who are taking medication to speak to their healthcare professionals, to their doctors, get some advice on how to fast. People who are on medication, I wouldn't say they shouldn't fast, but I would say that they should fast in a certain way. Maybe instead of fasting the whole 6 hours, maybe fast 3 hours. At the end of the day, God sees your effort. It's not about fasting 40 days without eating, but it's about the effort. It's about what you're doing in the fast. It's about the prayer in your fast. So if you are a person that's taking medication, take your medications. Maybe have an apple, maybe have a banana, then have your medications. Maybe fast for a certain period of time. Just don't go into it. Your healthcare professionals, I'm sure they can give you advice on how to go about that. Step number 4, In your fast, guys, very important, because we're not gonna be having any Red Bulls and stuff. Stay hydrated. It's something that works for me. Yes, you are gonna be running to the toilet a lot of times, but your body gets used to it. Make sure you drink those water. I actually bought a 1.5 liter of water, and I said, you know what, for the next 4 hours I'm gonna drink that, and just to keep yourself hydrated, because fasting doesn't mean that you must stay at home and do nothing or sleep. You must still go to work and hustle. So in your hustle, you're going to be interacting with people. So stay hydrated. Make sure that you are hydrated so that ungafainti, guys, please. The second last thing I want us to focus on, a lot of us are gym buddies. Yeah, gym buddies. I think it's very important in this time of fasting that we cut down a lot of the energy we get from the things we eat. Now that we're not eating, we don't want to take all the energy into putting on muscles and stuff. It's still good to exercise. Maybe have a light exercise. Instead of exercising for 1 hour, maybe just take a walk, 2 kilometers walk. Instead of running, maybe walk. Just so that you have some sort of energy and you're not using all your energy that you should be storing up for yourself for the gym. Step number 6, the last step, I think also it is as important as all the other steps, but it is also important as the first step. The first step was ease into it. Now the last step in the fasting is ease out of it. You know, I've heard people who got sick after fast, and it's how they got out of the fast. It's very important that when you go out of the fast, you don't go out in your full chicken, you don't go out in your rokomamas, you go out with something light, especially if you're going to be going out in the morning. Go out with a young porridge, something light that's going to not fill your body, but that's going to give you something to say, you know what, the fast is done. And then maybe come up with a young sandwich, a healthy sandwich. I think only on the second day you can start going into your regular programming. That's my 6 steps on how to fast, safe ways on how to fast this January. Most of us are going to be starting fast very soon. Some of us have already started, and I think it's important that we follow these steps so that we are fasting in a safe way. With that being said, this is how I close off this episode of Christ-like Conversations. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and make sure that we are growing. Vision 500 is underway. We've already started Vision 500, so please help us grow this platform so that it can impact the next person. Otherwise, Kamalam Mulunga Combs, your host. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.